Craig, let's start by looking back. It was a 2-0 victory on Tuesday night against Cambrian Town, which means the title is effectively sealed, barring an extraordinary series of events.
Yes, obviously it's down to goal difference at this moment in time. You look at Penabont; they've got 2 league games before our next league game, so they play Cardiff Met at home, then they play Haverfordwest away, and then we play the following Saturday against Cardiff Met away. So, you'd like to think we've all but done it mathematically, but obviously until that's done, you obviously can't celebrate. But the lads have done. It's been a good week this week so far. We had a really, really good performance against Haverfordwest, right up there with as good as what we've played all season. And not so good against Carnarvon, but we got the job done. We've got really, really high standards where we expect to be, and it didn't quite meet them high standards. But look, we won 2-0, another clean sheet, which is fantastic. Because previously we've probably not had as many clean sheets as we'd like this season, but there was another league clean sheet, and a good preparation leading up to the semi-final of the Welsh Cup on Sunday.
Well, the title could be mathematically secured tomorrow night if Penabont fail to win. Will it be anticlimactic if we don't win it on the pitch?
Well, we have won on the pitch, haven't we, really? I understand what you're saying, but we have, because I think we've won every game since our last European game, which was Celtic away in December. So every domestic game, league and cup, we've won every one of them games. So arguably, definitely we have won on the pitch because of the run we put together. It's just been unfortunate the other clubs couldn't quite keep up with us at the same pace as they did early on the season.
Will you be following that result from Penabont tomorrow night at all?
I follow obviously all Welsh Prem games, so no doubt I will be following it. I'm good friends with Ryan, so they've had a fantastic season, by the way, this year. I think they sit 4th at this moment in time, and they arguably lost quite a few experienced players. He's done him and Craig Hancock done a really, really good job. Really good job. So yeah, it's Hanford. Sorry, it's been a really good campaign for us overall now. It's obviously we had a little bit of a slippery start, but obviously we had European games in every other few days. We had a domestic game or a European game, but like I just referred to back, that we since coming out of Europe, we've won every domestic game since that.
Well, it is JD Welsh Cup semi-final action this weekend. We take on Cambrian United, obviously in the Cymru South, of course. Have you been able to do much homework on them?
Yeah, I have managed to get a couple of games, so I understand. That obviously played last night. Managed to get people at games, managed to get footage of games, managed to see them. So we've done our due diligence, and we'll treat them with the respect that we treat everybody else. It's a cup semi-final. Things can happen. We don't want to be the one. There's obviously 2 semi-finals with Welsh Prem and then in Tier 2 leagues, one this both South. So ourselves and Connors Key play Clethley and Cambrian. So yeah, it's we don't want to be the ones if there is upset to have it upset. So yeah, we've prepared really well this week. We've still got a couple of train sessions left between now and then, and we've done all our homework and due diligence, and like I just said, we'll give them the respect due due. They've got themselves to a semi-final of the biggest club competition, domestic Welsh football. So they've obviously, credit where credit's due. So it won't be an easy game.
This is the first time Cambrian have reached the semi-finals of the Welsh Cup, so they'll go into it as underdogs with nothing to lose, which could make them a very difficult opponent to play against.
Well, those does, and it makes you a dangerous animal, doesn't it? When you've got nothing to lose, you don't have to have the nerves or the tension or the expectation of what's to come. Obviously, ourselves and Connors Key, I imagine, will be both heavy favourites to try and make the final, the same as what it was last year. But yeah, it's one that we don't want to be. We don't want it to bite us on the backside, and there be certainly no complacency. Everyone be preparing as if we're preparing for a Welsh Prem game, a European game, whatever it may be. We'll follow the same process every single game, and we'll be certainly following the same process and have done this week.
Well, you mentioned complacency there. That is something you do have to guard against in games like this, but knowing the players that we have at the club, that's something you won't have to worry about, isn't it?
Yeah, hopefully not. I don't think so. It's something that the boys have been excellent. It's been a long, hard season. It's been a slog. And that's not being negative, because we've had the best season the club's ever had with European football, etc. But we'll end up probably playing 55 games plus, no matter what happens. whether we'll get through to the final or not, we still would have played mid-50s games. So it's a big stretch, a big ask. And, the one thing that the boys haven't been is complacent. We've got lads sitting on the bench, lads not in the squad that arguably, I'm sure they think they should be. So if complacency creeps in, then you're soon out the team and someone will replace you, and it could be a long while before you get yourself back in.
With the Nathaniel MG Cup already won and the Cambrian Premier almost there, was winning the treble one of your targets at the start of the season?
I think it always is. It always is. Every time, we certainly we want to try our best to compete to win the treble every year. And, I've been very, very fortunate to be the manager of this football club to win the treble on 2 different occasions. So, it's something that it's a special feeling because it's spread out right the way across the season. So you've got to win a lot of games of football in a lot of competitions to win a treble. So yes, and then also on the back of obviously qualifying for Europe, then it'll be a really super special season if we can get past the semi-final, and then we can somehow get and win the Welsh Cup and make it a treble. Then it'll definitely be right up there with the best. I think historically the best. Factually the best season the club's ever had, and I think certainly from playing staff and players, then put themselves in history books of being the most successful season in TNS's history.
And then finally, Craig, what's the injury situation looking like going into the game on Sunday?
Yeah, okay. We got a few back. We're getting a few more back. Obviously, there's JD who's out with a long-term injury operation. He had surgery a month or so ago. I'm just thinking who else. Everyone's back in. Ash Baker had a little bit of a tweak at the weekend, midweek, but he's back in. Who else is there? Josh Pask's back on training. Leo Smith's back in training, who had a little nick as well. So yeah, I think we've got more bodies available again, which, like you said, obviously makes it even a tough job, an even tougher job. But yeah, it'd be good to have everyone back. Training's really going well at the moment. There's a real competitive edge to training, and everyone wants to get in the team to be involved in that game where you'd like to think we'd we'd lift the trophy for winning the league. We obviously just had a cup final 2 weeks ago, so everyone wants to play in that, and hopefully, big games like semi-finals and cup finals, and everyone wants to play in that. So this time of year, you tend to get everyone fit.